Ready. Action.
It's illegal in Canada under a regulation called the Seal Protection Act to film, photograph, or witness a seal being killed. If you see a seal being killed, you've just broken the law. It's punishable up to 1 year in prison and a $100,000 fine. If you film or photograph a seal being killed, it's punishable up for a year in prison.
The last seal campaign that Sea Shepherd undertook on the east coast of Canada, our vessel, the Farley Mowat, was boarded by Canadian Coast Guard, impounded and never given back to us.
Actually, it was boarded by a mounted police SWAT team with automatic weapons, and they just stormed our vessel and took it, and impounded it, and took it away from us. They just took our boat away from us, and they arrested 2 of our officers, and the 2 officers that were arrested were immediately deported, and they were released on $10,000 bail. Well, the reason they couldn't show up for the trial is Canada wouldn't let them into the country to go to the trial. And the judge said, well, that's not my concern. I don't have any, I'm not going to take any excuses for not showing up. The fact is that they didn't show up, the bail is forfeited, we're going to have the trial, and they sentenced them to $46,000 fine or something. And that's for approaching within a half a nautical mile of a seal being killed. You know, these are the kind of laws that we have to deal with all the time. We actually broke the laws in order to get into court, in order to have them challenged. And our defense was the Canadian Charter of Human Rights, that states that any Canadian or citizen can move anywhere in Canada without restriction. And so we argued that that was a restriction on our movements. And we found something very interesting about Canada as a country. The judge said, yes, that is right. Canada did violate your human rights, according to the Charter. But there's a thing in the Charter called the Notwithstanding Clause, which means that these rights are guaranteed unless the government of Canada decides not to guarantee them. And I said to the judge, I said, well, what's the point of having a Charter of Rights and Freedom if the government can take them away from me any time? And she said, well, I don't interpret it, that's just the way it is. There's a perception that Canada is this very, very liberal and country. It's not true. Robert Hunter used to refer to it as fascism with velvet gloves. It all looks real nice, but when you really get down to it, I mean, just keep in mind, the Prime Minister of Canada actually believes that dinosaurs went extinct because they couldn't get on Noah's Ark. So that's the kind of mentality that we're dealing with.